Hello everybody, happy Monday. How is everyone doing today? I just for the day here. Oh, that one's fun. We'll do flowers today. So let me know when you hop on, if you can hear me okay. And we are doing the first tarotscope of 2021. Yay! Like, I wish I had one of those like clapping machines, like you hear all the like crowd. I need one of those. I definitely do. Oh my gosh, that would be so much fun if I had one of those. I'm gonna have to look into that, but I would probably like really use it a lot, so everybody would be really annoyed with me at that point, I think. Definitely. All right, let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and go through our first weekly tarotscope. Hello, Jenny, of 2021. And then I was going to talk about a little bit like making your house magical, because you know, the new year and a lot of people like to go through stuff and just kind of refresh things. So why not refresh it and make it magical, right? So that is what we'll chat about today. Can you hear me okay, Jenny? I feel like you never know. Like sometimes the audio's like, yay, and then it's not so happy. And I'm coming also from a different location, as you could tell. I don't have my Galaxy. I do have my Galaxy background. I just didn't put it up. So we're just changing it up a little bit for today. Now, the deck I'm going to use is the Groovy Weight Tarot. All right, thank you. Thank you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the zodiac signs and pull a card for them. If I can get it out of the box here. Give it a good shuffle, or the best I can anyway. I usually have a desk, and I don't have a desk today. So, all right. This deck is like so much fun. Like, if you want just a happy deck that each card just, you're like, oh my gosh, look at this, then the Groovy Weight is the way to go. All right. Fantastic. Let's see. And for those who don't know me, I am Jen from Stardust Wanderer Tarot, so feel free to hop over there and give me a like as well. And if you want me to pull a card for you, I can do that as well. So we're just going to start from the top. All right, so for Aries. For Aries, we have the Empress today. So Aries, it's time to really nurture yourself. I feel like this is just saying like time for some self-care, time to nurture yourself. Everybody's going to be fine. It's time for you to do something nice for you. Put those over there. And then we move on to Taurus. So for Taurus, we have the Five of Pentacles. So this may be a time for you that this week people may be coming to you for some help, and it might be financial help. It might be advice for work. It's going to be something kind of related to that. So just be aware and just know that those people really need your advice right now. So see what you can do to help them out. That's what we have for Taurus. Next, we have Gemini. So for Gemini, we have wait a minute, this was the Seven of Pentacles, or the Six, yeah. Okay, so this is the Five of Pentacles. So Gemini, this week, you know, things may not be going as planned for you, and that's okay. You know, it's right now, it might kind of seem like it's a sucky thing, but just ride it through, because at the other end, it's going to be just fine. So just keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. That's what we got for you. So next, I'm going to give it a little shuffle here. We have Cancer. So for you, Cancer, we have the Ten of Swords today, or the Nine of Swords rather. I'm just looking at this. Look at these. That's a good Nine of Swords card. I like that one. Hey, Amber. We have the Groovy Weight Tarot hanging out with us today. So, Cancer, try not to get stuck in your feels this week. Try not to get stuck in your head. Try not to let things going on around you drag you down. It's time for you to just really try to let it go. Like, see the sun there? You have to find all the bright spots in whatever gloominess that may be kind of creeping in on you. So try to do that this week. Try to look for the bright spots, Cancer. Next we have Leo. Leo. Hello. All right, so we're up to Leo right now. So for Leo, we got a lot of pentacles this week. We have the Four of Pentacles. So Leo, time to loosen your grip on things and situations going on around you. I know, I really like that one, right? Like it's like, even though it's always not like the happiest card, I feel like having the sun in that card, I'm going to put it back here. Like the sun in that card is like, there's hope. So you can do it. I really like that. This is such a fun deck. It really is. So for you, Leos, you need to stop being so stingy this week. You need to kind of let some things go. And, you know, I feel like that's kind of related to your home, like what's going on in your house. You need to kind of not sweat the small stuff, really. Let some things go. It's going to be fine. Kind of loosen your grip on whatever you are in charge of. Just loosen the grip a little bit and kind of see what happens. Because by doing that, sometimes new inspiration or new situations pop up. And that won't happen if you're being stingy and if you're being very stubborn. So for Virgo, all right, Virgo, what do we got? We have the Devil for you, Virgo. So being that we're in January and the whole start of new things and clearing things out. Oh, okay. You know what? It's time to let go of things that no longer serve you. It's time to let go of some bad habits. So find a bad habit that kind of has been on your mind, like, yeah, I got to quit doing that. Or, you know, maybe I need to exercise more or do something. Now it's time to do that. So you need to also practice some self-care this week and really decide, like, what is it in your life that you don't need anymore and get rid of it, or move towards that at least. Get some action steps going. So that's what I have for you. Hey, Becky. So moving on to Libra. And this is the back of the cards. Like, they're fun. I like these. So the World. All right, Libras. You know what? Everything is there for you. And it all depends on if you're gonna step up and you're gonna take it. So whatever is going on, hey, Dual Hearts, whatever is going on for you, whatever opportunities are coming up, it's time to go after them. Like, don't hesitate, don't pause. And I always say, like, for different, like, situations I'm in or things I'm doing, if it makes you feel like you're gonna puke, that means it's time to do it. So that's what we got. And surprisingly, I'm a Libra, so I'm talking to myself right now. But I always say that, like, that's one of my things, and I always joke around my friend with it. I'm just like, okay, this makes me kind of want to puke, so I guess I have to do it, right? Yes, the groovy weight today. That's what I was saying before. This deck always makes me happy. No matter what, I'm just like, yes, okay. All right, Scorpio, what do we got here? All right, so we have the, I'm just looking at the card because I love all the bubbles on it. So we have the Six of Swords. I don't know why. Oh, there's like sword hiding, Six of Swords. So there may be some sucky people in your life, Scorpio, and you know that they are, but you're keeping them around for some reason. It's time to just pack it up and walk away from them. they are not there for you and they're not helping you out in whatever it is that you're doing in your life at all. So now it's time to walk away from those who don't have your best interest at heart. So that's what we got to do for you this week. And you can do it with bubbles. Look at that. Or some really groovy looking tunic. Look at that. The flowers, I love it. Oh, see, I told you this deck makes me happy. So, what we got for our Sagittarius friends? So, we have action here. So, yeah. Oh, this is fun. I like this card. Look at that, the Eight of Wands. Action. Time to go for it. Whatever you have, which is a very good card for you because you love going for it. You love doing all the things and getting things going and all of that. So this week, it's for you. You go do the things and you conquer all the planets out there. And that's your thing for the week. That is a good card for you. So for Capricorn, what do we have here? We have, oh, look at this. I always like looking at these because I feel like I see something new every time I look at these cards. Like, it is so much fun. So we have the Five of Wands. All right. So people are being some sort of way this week to you, maybe, or just in general, or maybe it's just around you. And I think it's time for you to just kind of walk away from that and go towards that rainbow. Like, people, you know, sometimes when people aren't feeling their best or they're being their best, they try to bring others down with them, right? Like, they want somebody to commiserate with. Don't be that person. Like, let them hash it out on their own, and you just keep doing you, and don't worry about, like, just don't even let that come into your energy, into your space. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. So next we have Aquarius. So for Aquarius, we have the King of Pentacles. All right, so Aquarius, this week might be a good time for you to really sit down and kind of get your money matters in order. Maybe thinking about if they're, you know, budgeting a little bit, if there's, you know, if you want to plan a vacation, if you want to buy something new, like, this is a good week for you to kind of sit down and get those going as well. And really, you know, work out all the details and see if it's something that's going to work for you. So you be the King of Pentacles in charge of all of the money this week, of your own money anyway. So that brings us to Pisces. And if anybody wants me to pull a card for them too, just let me know. I can certainly do that. So we have the Three of Wands. Ooh, look at that card. Really like that. I feel like this card really matches my hair. Like, look at that. So, you know what? For you, Pisces, it's okay to just kind of stand back and see all the great things that you've done and give yourself credit for them, right? There may be some new situations coming on the horizon, but right now, you don't really have to act. You can just plan, you can just sit back and kind of observe what's going on. But for this week, it's just time for you to hang out and chill and not worry about taking action. All right, Dual Heart, do you have a question, or do you want me to just pull a general one for you? Yes, all right. So we went through all of that. So I'm going to throw these cards back in here and give them a shuffle. And I can't like shuffle like I usually do because I don't have like a desk here. So we have to do like the messy side shuffle. It's okay. Still shuffling, right? All right. So we had Dual Heart. Let's pull a card for you. Let's see what we got here. Okay. The Empress. It's time for you to do some self-care. Dual Heart, work on something. Pick something this week that you're going to do nice for yourself. That's what I have for you. So you definitely, it's time. Pick one thing and go ahead and do it. No matter what. Don't let anybody bug you. Even if it's a nice bath, lock the door, something. All right. Well, oh, I didn't see that. Okay. I would like to know about a situation with a gentleman I'm considering a relationship with. Oh, okay. Well, I pulled the other one for you, so I'll pull this one for you too, and then I'll move on to Jenny. Sometimes the comments really do delay. All right, so dual heart. All right, I've got the Three of Cups. So I think here, this is really kind of telling you to lean on your friends and really like their intuition on the situation, like what they may think about this person or maybe what they're seeing, because sometimes when you're in like the thick of it, especially with like a new love or something like that, it's hard to kind of see other things. So find that person you really trust and see what their opinion is on it to get, to really help make your decision. Oh, nice. Yay. I'm all for new earrings. I mean, definitely. All right, Jenny. You're up next. Hi, everyone that just hopped on. Let me see. All right. So now I'm going to pull some of my relatives come down with COVID, and I was wondering what may be the outcome of that. Okay. We'll pull a card and see what they say. The Hangman. So that's an interesting one. So I think just generally everybody just needs to stop trying to overthink everything and just do what they have to do, to get through it and take care of themselves and not try to overthink and kind of freak themselves out too much. So I think it's just really taking it like just the reality of it and just see what's going on. What do they need to do? And that's it. Don't get caught up in their head, like with the what ifs, and all of that, because that won't help at all. So that's what I got right there. And I hope they recover super quick. So let's see. I'm just looking to see in the comments if anyone else wants a card, let me know. So what else I wanted to talk about today was, since it's the new year and everything, everybody's like kind of reorganizing and sort of fun stuff like that. I mean, some of us are anyway. But I wanted to just talk about like making your home magical. Like, what can you do, Yes. You're very welcome, Jenny. Like, what can you do to just add some magic to your house, right? Crystal, I'm recovering from a breakup and will love a card for that. Okay, Crystal, let's do that. Just shuffling. All right, let's see what we got here. I feel like I keep pulling all the same cards today. So the Three of Wands, you know what? Just let it go. It's really time that the ship has sailed. See the ship in there? The ship has sailed. And there's the rainbow, and after that ship sails away, there's the rainbow. So it's going to be okay. So just try to process those feelings, feel what you're feeling, and just kind of let it go. Like, you're going to be okay. So that's what I got for you. That was a good one. I like that one. Yes. Yeah. I mean, as far as like your house, it's just, this is the time to do it. And, why not, as we're, reorganizing and doing the things, let's add some magical things, right, to our house. And there's so many things that you can do just to make a space magical, that it doesn't have to be like, you don't need to have big altars anywhere, anything like that. Oh, you're very welcome, Crystal. It doesn't have to, it can be very subtle, So, and of course I have my notes down here, so I got to look at here. So one thing that you can really do that's super easy is, most of us kind of have a wreath on our door or some sort of, something hanging on the front of our door, right? And if you don't, get one, just a basic flower one. And what's cool about that is that you can stick some protective herbs in there, or even like, just tuck them right in and nobody will even know. So you can have that right before you even walk in the door. You already have some like protection, some energy clearing stuff. So anybody that comes in your house, kind of gets a little like little energy cleaning going on. And I know right now too, we don't have a ton of people in and out of our houses, but even for ourselves, if you guys, if you work outside the home right now or any of that, you're carrying around a lot of stuff. And so that can really help, to kind of and for you, especially if you know that you put those protective things in there, or those clearing things in there, as you walk in your front door, that's also helpful for you as well, because you're like, oh yeah, okay, I'm walking through my front door. I just got my little energy cleanse, and you know what they say about like leaving work at the door kind of thing. So it kind of helps with that. So marigolds are good, nettles are good, frankincense, clove, basil, and really, even if you have like the crushed up herb, like just putting it in, like those little like mesh bags and tucking it in there, that's a great way to do it. And you can always put some black tourmaline. You can do, just good old quartz. It's super easy to find. So that's a great way to even start before anyone even, right at the front door rather. Then you also, a great thing to do is have an object that's kind of, it could be anything. It could be a vase, it could be a stand, a plant, right at the front door when you walk in, that is kind of has an intention set. Like, okay, as I walk, as anyone walks past this plant, let them, any bad energy be washed away or something like that. And that you could just do by setting the intention yourself. So it's really about being mindful of the objects in your house and kind of giving them a job, because, your house is an energy too. And I think I had a tarot spread. I think it's on my page about doing a tarot spread on your house and the energy of your house and kind of asking your house what it needs. And it's kind of cool to do that because we don't think about it. We just go in our house and that's it, right? Oh, whatever. But our house has energy too. And think about all the energy in the house, and especially for like old houses, like they have some energy. And sometimes I think it's good to just kind of even talk to your house, like, because everything has energy to it, right? So that is something to think about, and really just be like, hey, how's it going? Just go in your, like any room or anything like that. Or if you have a room that maybe it's your catch-all room, and you always go in there and you're like, oh, here I go, I got to clean this, go in there and be like, all right, house, is this room bothering you? Does this clutter not help you? Like, is it blocking energy? Which we know clutter does block energy, and that's something we all work on because we all have a lot of stuff. And I saw a meme and it was like, yes, yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm always talking to trees. I'm not home right now, but I live on top of a mountain. We actually own a mountain, which is, it's not a ginormous one, obviously, but I'm always talking to trees all the time because, I don't know, my trees are very, like, talkative, too. Like, you go outside, you could just hear them, And so I feel like I have a lot of, like, fae around my house, too. So I'm always outside talking all the things. So absolutely talk to the trees, especially if you have, like, a big old tree in your, like, yard that, just think how old that tree is, like what energy that tree has. Like, ask it questions, sit next to it and pull some cards and maybe it's going to tell you something, right? Like, that is always a cool thing to do. And you could do that with even an old fence, an old anything, right? Because everything is holding energy. So, and I feel like they all have something to say. So, using tarot or even a pendulum is a great way to kind of tap into everything around you. And that makes you more mindful of these things as well. It's not just, there's a tree, there's a house, whatever, right? It's, oh, there's the tree that I sat with and pulled cards. And it just helps you to kind of connect all the things, right? Instead of just going through the motions. So what I always like to, what you can do is, oh my gosh, yes, antiques. Oh, I really can get lost forever. There's some antique stores though, like the super, super cluttered ones. It's like too much energy for me. So I have to only go in them a little bit. Like the ones that are nice, I like, but the super, super cramped. There's one by my house and it's like so cramped and I don't know what it is. I can't be in there for too long. It's like too much going on, you know? Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I think a lot of us forget about that, forget about honoring things around us, you know, that tree that gives us shade, you know. It always kind of makes me think of that book, The Giving Tree, which makes me cry every time. And of course, all my kids loved it, so I always had to read it, you know, and she gives and gives and gives until there's nothing left. I love it. Right. Yes. Definitely. That's how I'm like that too. And ones of the stores that have a lot of clothes, that is definitely something that like, it's a lot for me. So I kind of go in, like I kind of like send my husband in, like, go take a peek here. And then he'll be like, yeah, it's okay. So, or I just go for a short time. You know, you can spend hours in any of those places. So another way that actually right at the front door that you can do is kind of have, if you have a porch or even just a front stoop or something, kind of throwing up a little witchy garden, you know, just protective flowers and hanging baskets. You could, if you have hanging baskets, depending on the season for you, you know, putting some crystals in there, you know, right in the top, just pop it right in there. And that too. So again, it's just like you're just kind of taking charge of the energy that's going on around you instead of just feeling it, you know. You're like, all right, well, they walk on the front stoop, this quartz is coming through, you know. Yes, that's a good one. Yes, the aloe, good one. And it really, it's one of those things like you're just kind of like, I'm in charge of the energy. Like this is my space and this is how I want things to flow. So that also, again, is just being mindful to it. And yeah, keep all of it out. And I have lots of plants. I love my plants. I talk to all my plants and most of them do have a name, which, you know, some people do that. Some people don't. It's fine. Like, it's fine if my plants have names. It's okay. Is one funny thing. When I was talking to my husband recently and we were talking about like just objects and like pieces of art and stuff like that. We stayed at this cabin and it had this picture. It had this like, I wish I had the picture of it. I may have to share it though. And it was like a bird creature, but it was like kind of like a clay spine or whatever. I don't know. I looked at this thing. I said to my husband, her name is Madge. And he's looking at me like I'm nuts. I'm like, I don't know what it is. That's the first thing that popped in my head when I looked at this thing. And I absolutely love it. It's my screensaver now. And it was at a cabin we stayed at a couple months ago. And, you know, and I was thinking about it. And he's like, why do you name stuff? And I always, you know, ever since I was a little kid, I think I felt like if I named it, then it would talk to me. And it's one of those things that you just always did. And you really didn't think about it until somebody else mentions it. And I was like, oh, not everybody does that. It's just one of those weird, you know, fun fact of Jen. That's it. So, some protective crystals that you can use too. Like I said, quartz is good. Tiger's eye is good. Bloodstone, quartz. And also you could put some pyrite by the front of your door to bring in abundance, right? So that is something too. And if you really are feeling feisty, you can also do a ring of salt around your home. Just, you know, all the way around. And it doesn't have to be a lot. But again, it's just doing it, the intention of it, of just kind of keeping all the yuck out, bringing in the good stuff. So that is also something that you can do too. So, let's see. And that brings us to the kitchen. So the kitchen, especially if you're a kitchen witch person, which I definitely consider myself a kitchen witch, but not in the cooking aspect. I cook to feed people. I don't love to cook, but my husband does, so that helps out a lot. But even in the morning, like stirring an intention into your coffee, into your tea, Adding some cinnamon for abundance is a great thing to do too. You know, and again, it's like easy things that you're doing that stuff anyway, so why not add something magical to it, right? So you're making your coffee, you're making your tea, and as you're stirring, just say, this day is going to be a great day. I'm going to be able to get things I need done, like putting that out into the universe. So that is something that is a super easy thing that you can do, right? So, and I do that every morning. I definitely try to. Sometimes when I'm rushing, but you know, there's always more than one cup of tea, and there's always more than one cup of coffee. That's what I was trying to say. So think about that, you know. Yeah, I like that too. I have a couple inside. I probably could put it by my front door. I can't put it outside right now because it's freezing. But I do love that. That's a great idea. Aloe is a fantastic. Aloe is like the quartz of plants. I feel like it's just good for everything. So if if you're cooking and stuff like that, and you want to add some, maybe you want to add some love or or loving thoughts to your food, right? Maybe you're making dinner, everybody's being crabby, and you're like, you know what? Let's add some lovey spices and see if we could kind of make everybody a little bit happier, right? So, and again, basil is good for that. Cinnamon, ginger, and vegetables are beets, sweet potatoes are good, peas, tomatoes, avocados, those are all good, good mood, lovey promoting things, chocolate, of course, vanilla, what else? And even strawberries, apples, any tropical fruit, any, nice light airy fruit is good too. So you have some grouchy people in your house, give them some fruit. That's one of the things you can do. Oh my gosh, yes, I bet they do. See, I'm upstate New York and it's just freezing and I can't do those things. I'm very jealous. So another thing that you could do too is lemons. Now, lemons are, again, another everything type of fruit, right? That you could use for so many things. So if you want to go around even too, if you could just get some lemon juice, you can wash your doors with it, and that helps to clear energy. Or even go around to the different rooms of your house and even draw a sigil with just a little bit of lemon juice and water. Just get it even a paintbrush or your finger and draw sigils throughout your house. And it's really could be any type of sigil that you want, even if you make it up. When you're doing sigils, it's really about intention. So basically you hold that intention in your mind that you want this sigil to have, and you just kind of free draw it. And then, you can kind of tweak it a little bit, and that's it. And then you have your sigil, and you could go around and you could do that around your house in different places, So you can, go in the bedroom and calm, and then you can do, or restful sleep or anything. It's really whatever you want to do too. If you have a study or a desk area, do a sigil for concentrating or creativity and stuff like that. So that is a super, super easy thing to do. And again, it's very subtle. It's very, it's easy to do. And we all could get lemons, right? So that's good. And if you're lucky, if you live out, out west, you might have a lemon tree. That's even more awesome. So adding lemons to a bowl of fruit even just keeps away negativity. It kind of absorbs anything going on. And, this is a funny thing I saw too, is that if you have somebody in your house that you don't want in your house anymore, I forget where I read this, and it said to serve them lemon pie. So think about so I don't know if they want you to just have a standby lemon pie going on, but it said if you want to get somebody out of your house, to serve them lemon pie. I haven't tried it yet. We'll see. Again, we don't have a ton of people coming in and out anyway, so there's that. So that's what I have for that, Again, it's just adding you know, even as you are stirring sauce, whatever food, again, just like with the coffee and tea, just stir your intention into it. So that is something, you know, easy and fun to do. So moving on, actually we have the bathroom too. Wiping your mirrors kind of around it with rose water is great for loving thoughts. So like mostly, you know, for yourself, just kind of you can wash kind of the outside of it with rose water, just a little wipe of it, and do that through all the mirrors in the bathrooms in your house, and that will help to promote loving thoughts when that person looks in the mirror. Peppermint is great to put peppermint oil if you have a big day. If you're in the bathroom, like that's like an oil you can kind of keep in the bathroom. Like, all right, I have a big interview today. I have a big presentation. Just grab it and kind of whiff it a couple of times, because that is great for just kind of giving you confidence and kind of getting you all ready to go. So that is something that's super cool too. And even if you have a peppermint mouthwash to give you, you know, to help with, you know, make sure you are speaking eloquently or saying things with confidence. Peppermint mouthwash is really good for that too. And you can even dab a little bit of the peppermint oil on your wrist, but you always have to be careful with that. Don't touch your eyes because that would be bad, or anything else really. Another fun thing I like to do is drawing sigils in your soap. So if you use bar soap, drawing sigils in it. So again, it's like if you want, even if you're drawing like putting words in them, hearts, anything, like that's a great way to, again, add some magic right into your shower, you know. And how easy is that? Like, get a toothpick or whatever and write some words in that soap, you know, if they could be self-love words or confidence, you know, whatever it is, like whatever you want that soap to do for you. So again, you're doing it anyway, right? You're using the soap anyway. And even if you use like a body wash, even if you get like a Sharpie or something and write on it too, you could do that if it doesn't, you know, and even if it washes off, that's okay, because the intentions are in there. That's just more of the visual for you to see it and to remind yourself of it, and whatever that intention is. So that is something that's an easy thing to do. And you know, yay, I love that. And of course, another thing to do, which I know this floats around the internet, but I have to say it's pretty effective if you need it to be, is somebody that is not being good to you, that's not being nice to you, write their name on a piece of toilet paper and flush it down the toilet. Bam, done. You have like an instant cauldron, gone. There's that person. See you later, right? But just use it for that. Don't use it for anything else. So yeah, so that's, you know, it's really like, that's really great for like negative people. So if you have these negative Nellies hanging around you and you've just had enough, right? Just write their name and just flush it down. And again, it's all intention. Be like, all right, you know what? Your negativity doesn't bother me anymore. You can go away with your negativity, and off they go, right? And again, too, as far as writing sigils on things, your lotion, yes. Yep, that's good too. Yeah, the freezer is always a good one. I do tend to do that, like either with salt, and I write their name on it and put in the freezer. And of course, this is all, you know, it's really just, it's not really against them. It's just to get them away from you. That's what it comes down to. Right. And, or a bag of sugar too. I've done that just to sweeten them up if they're, you know, not being kind. So there is that. And also to, even the colors of the soap that you use is something that you can be mindful of and use for your benefit. So orange soap, joy, yellow soap is great for creativity and success. Green is for money, abundance, you know, pink or red. So I would say probably pink is good for like self-love, red for regular, you know, just like relationship love type thing. And lime scented products lotion, soap, and stuff like that are great to control like obsessive thoughts. So if you're overthinking something and you can't get it out of your head and it's making you nuts, something lime scented will help to calm those thoughts as well. So that's also something to think about. And again, it's something, you know, even if you have lime oil, you know, like essential oil, to smell that. Like if you're just like, all right, I can't get this out of my head, I keep thinking about it, that's a great thing to do. The lime will help to calm those thoughts. So I always, too, when I have 4 boys, when they were little, as I was washing their hair, you know, setting intentions as I was washing their hair. And you could do that even for your own hair as you're setting the intention. Like, you know, I'm washing away any negativity. I'm bringing in abundance. You know, I am good enough. I'm worthy. Really, any of those I am statements are awesome. But when I had the littles, they're not little anymore. But I used to, you know, as I was washing their hair, I'd be like, you know, thinking of the protective light around them, or just saying that, you know, they're going to have a great day and stuff like that. So that is something too that you can do as well. Yeah, so I think that's what we have for the bathroom. So move on to the bedroom. If usually like anything, if you have any sort of negativity going on or anything like that, putting black tourmaline under your bed. Crystals under your bed, as long as you don't have animals who will get to them. That's always a thing. Like cats may have a field day with that. Or even in your mattress, like underneath, obviously. You don't need, the size of the crystal doesn't matter when you're working with crystals. It's just that you have a piece of it. So that's what's great. Like even the crystal chips and stuff, like you could even reuse those. If you cleanse them, you can reuse them. So black tourmaline is great for under your bed. Fluorite is great for sleeping. Rose quartz, again, love, self-love, any of that. Carnelian is great. That is a root chakra stone, so that's good for the sexy time, you know what I mean? So what else do we have? We have, you know, you could really, it's just easy because you can just stick them right there, you know? And those are some great things to put underneath for your bed. And as far as like a quick, fun, like a love spell, or just to kind of get, you know, loving thoughts in the air, you can write some intentions on a red candle. Again, that could be words, you could draw sigils, names, or whatever you want. And you could put some rose oil on it. And when you are doing any sort of oil on a candle, you want to like go up with it. Like, so put some of that on. You could put a little, you know, sprinkle a little cinnamon around the bottom, some rose petals, and clove too is good. And then you could just kind of light that in your room, of course with supervision, like don't leave it. But that is something that you could do too. Even if you have a jar candle, you can even write like names on top of it, and then you can put just a tiny bit of cinnamon in it, and then around it like the rose petals and clove and whatever else you do. And again, set that intention that you want for that candle, and then burn it right before you go in your room, like right before bedtime or anything like that. Like if you and your partner, or even if just yourself, like you're going to bed, like light that candle to kind of bring that loving energy into your room. Dream catchers are also something easy, and they're fun and they're awesome to look at, and even if you make them. But if you get some dream catchers to hang in your house, set intentions with them. You know, we could have like a wood 4-poster bed or whatever. So I actually have dream catchers hanging up because I kind of collect them. I love them. But that again, set the intention with that dream catcher, you know, like, do you want it to catch the love and bring it in? Do you want to filter out and anything bad? It's all your intention. You know, these are all tools that you can use, and they're good. They're good because they remind you, and that's what's important, is the reminding of it. When you're cleaning your bed sheets, putting a couple drops of like jasmine oil is really great too, and that kind of really raises that love vibration right in your sheets, and it smells really good. So Just a little bit though, like right in the wash, not a lot. Or you could use one of those wool balls and then put the oil right on there too, because that's a super good thing to do. What else do we have? You can always, also, you know what's good too, actually, I just thought of hag stones. You know, like those flat stones with the holes in them that you find. Those are great for bad dreams. They are good. They kind of absorb bad dreams. Kind of like the same idea of a dream catcher in that respect. So if you have little ones that are having bad dreams, you can hang them from their bed, or maybe even put it in a little bowl in the nightstand or something like that if they have one, or even under in the mattress again. If you think that putting it there they might be like, why is that there? Putting it under their bed or under their mattress too. And those are really great for bad dreams, night terrors, and that sort of thing, because I think, you know, of course all kids have some sort of bad dreams, but I know some little ones, they definitely get some bad night terrors and stuff like that. And that does help as well. Also, so say you had, you know, you're with your partner or whatever, and you guys aren't communicating the best, right? A great thing to do is a pink candle is good for that, I think, in the room, and set the intention of that, like write on the candle what you both need to communicate better with, if that makes sense. So what do you need to work on communication-wise? Why don't we just rephrase that whole thing? It wasn't coming out how I wanted it to. So yeah, so there's that. And if anybody who just hopped on too, if you guys want a card, let me know. I'm just going to take a drink. Ooh, I didn't realize that was a metal table. So yeah, so that is definitely something you can try as well. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I don't think so. And of course you can always just use like different herbs as well and put them in a bowl next to your bed with some crystals. That's always a good way to go too. And again, rose quartz, carnelian, regular quartz, that's good too. So yeah. So that's what I have for us today. That's about it. If you guys want me to pull a card or anything, let me know before I jump off. And also be sure to check out my Instagram. It's Stardust Wanderer Tarot. And sign up for my Kickstarter alert. I am creating a deck, and we're getting there. We're getting there. I have to give my artist a whole bunch of descriptions. So once I do that, by the end of the month, she's going to be hightailing it and getting a whole bunch of cards done. So I'm really excited about that. So we have that going on. And also too, I'm creating a moon manifesting program called the Moon Method. And what that is learning how to manifest with each phase of the moon. So with the 8 phases of the moon. And it's kind of like a blueprint to manifest what you want. And we have a private Facebook group and all that stuff. So I'm in the midst of creating that. I'm getting there. So there's that. And I'm here every Monday at 9 Pacific, 12 noon. So make sure to come and join me. All right, Becky B, what do we got? Can I have a card pull for guidance on my current job? Okay. Let's give it a little shuffle. All right. All right. So, oh, this is a fun deck. Look at this card. We got the 4 of Wands. So, I think this is just kind of saying right now, everything is where it needs to be. I think that maybe there are some little things that can be improved, and I think to not be afraid to ask for those to make it the best it can be. But I do feel like right now that it's probably the best place for you to be right now. So there is that. Hopefully that helped. All right, so I will see you guys next week. Make sure to hop over and say hello to me on Instagram, on my Stardust Wanderer Tarot. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. All right, thanks. Bye.